Hey Deku, I heard you have a lot of time on your hands now that you're quirkless. Wanna come over to Aunt Mito's for dinner? Nah, Deku, why don't you study alchemy with me? I'm sorry guys, I have to make mochi tonight. It's Uraraka's favorite. So let me get this straight. I read 400 plus chapters of this coming of age story, and in the conclusion, he's going to be a quirkless house husband? Oh my gosh, I have a migraine. Horikoshi, this is not it. You know this isn't it. And don't think you're getting away with BS semantics. This is the story of how I became the greatest hero. You can infer he beat Shigaraki, but that doesn't necessarily mean he has one for all by the end of the shut up. You know what you were implying, Horikoshi. Deku being the #1 hero at the end of the series. I'll be honest, I woke up like at 2 last night, so I opened Reddit and the first thing I saw was a post titled "People are going to hate the ending, aren't they?" And I got a pit in my stomach because I immediately knew what they were implying. Here's what's going to happen. Deku is going to give up One For All to save Shigaraki/Tenko from himself. In doing so, One For All and the Vestiges will be able to counter Shigaraki's quirks, just like Star and Stripes did with New Order. That's why her arm appeared in the latest chapter. Then, with Deku's remaining dregs of One For All, he'll use the stockpiled power to beat Shigaraki to the brink of defeat. At that point, Shigaraki will probably use whatever last-ditch fail-safe All For One had implanted within him to start the final stage of the battle. In the heart of an erupting Mount Fuji, Deku will have to use all that's left of One For All's power to finish whatever monster Shigaraki evolves into, or he'll end up in the Vestige realm, where All For One and One For All will both be eliminated along with all of the other quirks stored within Shigaraki and Deku. I'm willing to bet Aizawa/President Mike and Kurogiri/Shirakumo will play an important role in showing how a person turned into a Nomu, like Shigaraki, can claw their way back to consciousness. Then, once Deku defeats Shigaraki, Tenko will re-emerge. That's when Deku saves him, catching him from falling into a volcano, despite the risk of decay touching him. By the end of the fight, Deku will be quirkless, One For All and All For One will vanish from the world, along with all the vestiges and stolen quirk factors therein. Tenko might still have decay, or he might be quirkless as well. Whether he just refuses to use decay or not, he won't be a threat to anyone anymore, and so he can live. That's a true victory for Deku and the series as a whole, and it would make Deku the greatest hero because he not only saved Japan and the world, but he saved the little boy from himself. The story was never about being the most powerful hero or the #1 hero. It was about being the greatest hero, and what's more heroic than giving up your power to save someone else from theirs? Anyway, after reading this, I just couldn't go back to bed. I can't believe all my boys' hard work, all my boys' talk no jutsu, all those times Bakugo tried to blow him up will all amount to nothing in the end. Horikoshi, if this is a double bluff from one Scorpio to another, I apologize. But taking away Deku's powers, no, I don't want that. I want him to keep them for 10 years at least. I'm sorry, I'm just really invested in Deku's character, and I totally agree with this person's comment. It just doesn't sit well with me that Deku will have to forsake his dream of becoming a hero and return to being quirkless again before he even got to his second year at UA. The symbolism of One For All destroying itself with All For One is too strong to ignore, but I really hope he gets some sort of compensation that lets him work as a hero after everything he's been through. But let me know what you think. See you, Space Cowboy, I'm totally not crying on the inside.